everyone, and welcome back to The Heir's Lair. I am your host, aspiring author Jonathan Taylor. And today I'm once again casting the AuthorTuber label in order to slip back into the BookTuber label and deliver an ARC review of Cassandra Thompson's debut novel, The Ancient Ones. The first of a trilogy, also known as The Ancient Ones. I will read you the blurb for this book from Amazon. When David stumbles upon a tragic young woman in a sordid Limehouse pub, he has no idea she'd recognize him as the last vampire alive, nor that she'd be the one to pull out his story. Yet as he recalls his life from the sweltering vineyards of ancient Rome to the cold horrors of medieval Romania, as well as his tumultuous past with the mad and mysterious Lucius, he realizes she is much more than what she seems. Gothic horror and mythological fantasy blend seamlessly together in this thrilling adventure, breathing new life into vampire lore as it reveals its true origins. The Ancient Ones is a tale of myth, mayhem, and magic, with a dash of romance that bites. Not a bad blurb, if I may say so myself, and also not a bad cover. In case you're wondering, every part of this cover does play a role in the story, but I won't spoil it. Not just yet, not during this video, because I kind of want you to go out and pre-order it. It is available for pre-order as of right now, and for my money, it is worth it. I'm not really as gushy as I've seen a lot of other ARC reviewers be about this book, but overall I still think it's pretty good, and I think it's worth pre-ordering. If you want to know why I think it's worth pre-ordering, then stick around and enjoy the review. Before I go too deep into it, there are some aspects of the setting I want to discuss. Because the blurb says that he recounts his life from ancient Rome to medieval Romania. The story actually focuses on ancient Rome and medieval Romania. It's not like there are numerous vignettes that take place between these two moments. There are pretty much two focal points of this story, and they are these two. However, there are hints that they have traveled, that the two main characters, David and Lucius, have traveled to other places in the meantime, and therefore there are some hints at what the sequels could bring. Also, I'd like to note that this book does end with some sequel bait. However, it works well with what has already been established. Therefore, the actual sequel baiting is very brief and I would argue very effective. So yeah, those are two things I could say about this. What else can I say about this book? Well, one of the strengths of this book is how well these two main settings come to life. Cassandra has a BA in history, and she definitely shows it. The world definitely comes to life and feels authentic. It feels like it's been lived in. It feels like people can have adjusted to it and can manipulate the rules and the laws of the land, or rather, not necessarily manipulate. They can make their way through it. Another thing she does really well is she is very vivid with her descriptions. However, she is not vivid simply for the sake of being vivid. She knows how to direct your mind's eye. She knows how to display the world from the perspectives of her characters, and how she would and how other characters come off from the perspectives of other characters. It is a very effective and very effective writing style and a very immersive read. So from in that point of view, I think it's so that particular part of the narrative is done very well. Another thing that is done very well is the actual characters themselves. The side characters are all pretty well done, all things considered. As in, if they have a name, they have somewhat of a role in the story, and they also have a personality attached to them. You know, and they have a history with other characters. They leave a mark. They have a role in the story. That's so yeah, economic storytelling. So it's pretty economic, but it is also pretty engaging, all things considered. The highlights of this roster, however, are definitely David and Lucius. I'm going to start with David, who is pretty much the main character. And we see him from as a child, as a young adult, as a freshly turned vampire, as a somewhat more matured vampire, and in the framing device of this entire story. And while it is still obviously the same character, he is told from varying perspectives throughout various points of his life, and all these varying perspectives are definitely distinct, but also definitely connected. And so yeah, Cassandra really nailed how this character would develop. Also of note is the mad and mysterious Lucius, who starts off that way, and as he grows older and as we follow him a bit more, he's still kind of mad, still kind of mysterious, but in a way that makes him maybe not relatable, but makes him engaging, makes it seem like you understand what he's coming from, or what engages him. There is a definite connection that is established with Lucius, even though he still remains kind of enigmatic throughout most of the story. So yeah, it's and their interplay, both in ancient Rome and then later on in medieval Romania, actually works brilliantly and is definitely one of the highlights of the story. So yeah, that's what this story does well. It is well researched. It has great descriptions. It has great characters. It has various great hooks and great expansion opportunities for sequels. So on the strength of those alone, it is definitely worth getting recommended. So what does this story do poorly? Well, I will mention the weirdest flaw first, namely the fact that there seem to be some research errors. Don't get me wrong, I'm not particularly pedantic with this kind of stuff. I know this is not everyone's forte. However, not only has Cassandra proven that this is in fact her forte, she actually goes a lot into detail about one particular setting, so to the point where the fact that one pretty glaring error is really freaking weird. Medieval Romania. Romania didn't exist in the medieval times. Or, oh, don't get me wrong, the geographical area existed and people lived there, but it did not exist as a... No. as a unified kingdom the same way Germany or France would have no, not Germany, England and France would have existed around the same time. It was mainly just free independent provinces, and we only start talking about modern Romania somewhere in the second half of the 19th century. Maybe maybe I don't remember. Maybe the book mentions that somehow the actions of the characters created Romania 400 years before it actually happened in our history, and I just don't remember it. However, it's still called Romania even before its actual modern age and history would have taken place, which is kind of unusual. I hope she expands upon it in future sequels, because as of right now, this is a pretty glaring plot hole, especially when you consider all the research Cassandra has put into various cultural touchstones when it comes to death and afterlife in Romanian folklore, and also the effort that she has put into researching the actual historical events that inspire the actions and the characters from the novel. Because I'll give you a little heads up. There was a guy who unified the three main provinces that currently form Romania, and spoiler alert, they didn't stay united after the guy died. So the fact that Romania not only was formed 400 years earlier than it should have been, but it also stayed united for much longer than it really had any right to be, is kind of a researcher. But I want to think that it is more of an opportunity for Cassandra to expand her world a bit more. Another thing I would like to point out that was kind of weird was the cosmogony, rather the aspects of the gods that come to play in this world. Like the beginning is actually pretty interesting and pretty engaging. You have some creator gods who create the world, create early life, and then allow it to flourish and get on various mischief. But then, as their story progresses and they create more realms, and their actions then lead to the creation of more gods, then I don't know. It just goes too complicated too fast, and I lose perspective. Maybe this is just my fault. I don't know, but I look forward to that being expanded upon, or fleshed out, or being given more of an identity that than it is being given right now. Otherwise, this book is still really good. I enjoy reading it, and I look forward to any sequels that Cassandra points out. We actually follow each other on Twitter, so I'm pretty sure she'll see this. Cassandra, if you see this, I want you to know I respect this book, and I want you to have as many readers as possible. However, as of right now, you only get 3 stars out of 5. You're still good. And I look forward to you getting better. Okay? So yeah, that's what I have to say about this. Thank you for your attention. If you like this video, then give it a like. If you have something you'd like to tell me, then go ahead and tell me. There's a comment section for that. And if you'd like to know when the next video will come up, then go ahead and subscribe, and maybe also ring the bell. Thank you very much for your attention, and until next time, I am Jonathan Taylor, and this has been The Heirs Lair.